friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. The Angry Birds movie 2 was directed by Thurop Van Orman, and this time around we discover that there's actually a third island between Bird and Pig Island. This one's full of eagles, it's an ice island, it totally sucks, so the Eagle Island wants to destroy Bird and Pig Island and take them over, so the birds and the pigs naturally have to team up together to stop their islands from being destroyed, so its enemies becoming frenemies, and all that good old Angry Birds nonsensical goodness. So back in 2016 when the first Angry Birds movie came out, I saw like a whopping 30 minutes of it, and then I had to leave the theater for reasons not because the movie was bad, but from what I saw I wasn't overly impressed by it. But this one I actually was kind of looking forward to because the trailers looked kind of fun, and then I was getting these positive reactions from different people online saying, hey, this is actually a pretty good sequel. So I'm like, okay, maybe they did something better with this one, and yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised by this movie. It's actually quite a bit of fun, it's got some cool visuals, and yeah, it was just a nice little surprise. You know, I think the characters are still a lot of fun. You know, Jason Sudeikis is Red and Bill Hader is the King Pig. I think those two especially have really fun chemistry together, and it was fun seeing these guys have to actually work together this time. The villain is actually kind of fun to watch too. She's a very animated and vibrant character with a very, you know, very boisterous personality, which was actually a lot of fun to watch. Visually, I think the movie's actually pretty cool because the whole thing takes place mostly on this ice island, which I think is actually kind of a cool distinction between the Bird Island and the Pig Island, because the ice island kind of basically feels like the ice level in an Angry Birds video game there might be, or just kind of like the ice level in any video game that, you know, has an ice level. A lot of the humor in this movie is very crude and childish, you know, jokes about going pee-pee and, you know, butt cheeks clamping up to not get burnt by fireball machines and stuff. So the humor is nothing particularly mature or anything like that. It's very lowbrow and childish. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I actually did crack up a few times at that kind of stuff. You know, it is very childish like I said, but, you know, have you seen my background? And one of my favorite parts of the movie is this little subplot where three of these baby birds are trying to get these eggs back that they kind of accidentally lose, so it kind of goes on this wacky little misadventure that does end up tying into the main story later on. That was just kind of a fun, cute little thing they added in there, which I thought was fun. Kind of reminiscent of the opening to the Ice Age movies, where Scratch is trying to get that acorn and keeps causing all kinds of problems too. So, you know, when you compare this movie to some of Sony's other animation endeavors, this one's actually pretty good. It's just a fun, enjoyable time. You know, it's not like top of the list for high quality Sony Pictures animation, but it's certainly nowhere on the bottom. You know, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this movie was just a nice little pleasant surprise. You know, it's kind of fun to just sit back in a theater where you're the only one in said theater that's, you know, above the age of 10, but you don't have any children with you, so makes you feel kind of odd that way, but still, it's like I paid a ticket, so why does it matter what age I am? And if I have any children, I can still see children's movies when I'm in my 20s, okay? Get off my back! So all in all, the Angry Birds movie 2 was surprisingly a lot of fun, and I think it's probably one of the more highly rated video game movies out there, which is kinda weird considering the first one didn't do so well, but this one seems to be doing a lot better. So maybe we're finally breaking the video game movie curse slowly but surely. And who would have thought that the sequel to the Angry Birds movie would be the first step in achieving that? So, those are my thoughts on the Angry Birds movie 2. If you guys have seen this movie, or if you're wondering why these movies haven't incorporated the white egg-shaped bird that drops eggs like grenades, seriously, why is that one not in these movies yet? Make that a number 3. But anyway, let me know what's down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.